Three, two, one, start. Alright, so this is Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. It was actually the fourth Metal Gear game to be developed by Hideo Kojima. It is a Hideo Kojima game. Because we've also got the Metal Gear for the NES, and Metal Gear Snake's Revenge. So, first thing I'm going to do is go into this truck here and pick up a ration. That's setting up for a boss fight later on. We can ignore that phone call. Oh, I was a bit too slow, so I'll have to go for safe strats. Punching that guard stuns him for about 8 seconds, which is more than enough time to get past him. You can punch walls to distract guards, as I've just done with this guy. Once you punch a guard, oops, I don't know how I avoided an alert there. Once you punch a guard, you can just walk right past them. And, oh, that was a bit too late, so that's going to be an alert. Or not. I don't know how I got away with that. So we just go into the air vent here. I picked up the gun just because you need it to fight one of the bosses, the first boss actually. Alright, so I'm playing this on PlayStation 2 PAL. That's actually the fastest version by a good bit. A good run of the PAL version is about 10 minutes faster than all the other re-release versions. And the original MSX version is the slowest by a long, long margin. So we're going up to the second floor. That's actually a detour. We need to pick up this card key to gain access to the boss room. That floor is very loud, that's why the guard just said, "What was that noise?" So that's the start of that floor for the rest of the run. So, yeah, I need to equip the card and the gun. The card, you actually need to equip each card key to access the door, otherwise it just doesn't open. You can ignore that warning, that's just it saying that I'm choking to death in gas. And we're going to meet Dr. Marv, who's actually Black Ninja disguised as Dr. Marv. Now this boss fight is actually one of the harder boss fights. I should be equipping that ration. His movement is completely RNG, but he always shoots 3 shurikens. So I just eat the damage and kill him. That's actually a really good Black Ninja boss fight. And then after every boss fight he just explodes. So now that he's dead, I can take this card key. And then just go back the way I came from. There we are, we've got our first alert of the run. Every time you get an alert, the game freezes for about half a second, so getting alerts is not ideal. The only exception to that is if you get caught by a security device, the game just does not freeze at all. Now, I'm actually going to take the long way around because it's safer. And it doesn't, and it's not actually much slower than taking the quick route. Basically, if I was to take the quick route, then there would be a risk of me getting caught by a guard. So now I need to equip this card key to go into this door. And see that guy with the green beret? I have to follow him. This is where this run starts to slow down for a minute. Basically, I have to follow this guy through a jungle Because if I was to just go straight into the jungle without him, then I wouldn't be able to get through it at all. It would just be full of dead ends. So this is probably a good opportunity for me to talk about the AI, because it was actually quite advanced for the time. Basically, in the original Metal Gear, guards could only see in a straight line, whereas in this game, they actually have a cone of vision, so they can actually see slightly to the side as well. And the game actually remembers where each guard is positioned. So if I was to like leave one screen and then come back to it, the guard would just stay where he was. As you can see though, the AI isn't perfect, so I could just stand right here and he won't spot me at all. There's quite a lot of downtime going on right now. Freeze! I'm just trying to think what else I can say about this game just to stop the time. Oh yeah, so this game came around after Kojima found out about Snake's Revenge. He found out about it during a train journey, and one of the guys who was developing the game suggested to him that he should make his own game because he can do a much better job. Oh yeah, you might have noticed that the guy started sprinting a bit, and he just does that. You might have also noticed that we've already been in this screen before. For some reason the guard just likes to go around in circles. I should probably also mention that the guard takes the same route all the time, so there is that going. Right, we're near the end of the downtime, so I can finally get back to speedrunning this game. I'm just gonna punch that guy because he just put me through all that. Now, I need to make a phone call to Dr. Magnar, who was in the original Metal Gear. In order to find out what the phone number is, originally you had to look through the instruction manual. Unfortunately, the instruction manual for the PlayStation 2 version did not have the code. So you had to find out the code yourself through a walkthrough or just by blind luck. I'm now picking up some mines. This is preparation for the next boss battle. I appear to have lost oh no! I have them all. Sometimes the game doesn't make a sound when you pick up a mine, so I sometimes think I only have 6 out of 7. Now, I sometimes struggle through this bit, like so. I'm taking the weird path so that I don't sink. Even with lots of practice, it's still quite difficult. I've gone past the worst of the swamps though. If you sink in the swamp, then that's an insta kill, insta death rather. Alright, now we're going to Hideo Kojima's favourite boss battle, which is Running Man. He's a man who likes to run. Oh, I should probably mention that a lot of the character names are different from the original versions. Some of them are actually based on on pointless action movie titles. So to fight Running Man, I place 7 mines here, leave the room to grab some air, come back in, and then just go in between these two screens. Running Man will always go to the opposite screen of where you are, so it's a very easy kill. It is actually possible to defeat him without going for air, but it's pretty frame perfect. So, well, it's not frame perfect, but it's pretty difficult to get it efficiently. I did not react to that guard. Now I had to go back through the swamps, so prepare to see me fail some more. Oh, I don't know why I'm going that way. I thought I knew the route off by heart. Okay, so we're going to take another small detour back to the first building. There are 3 buildings in this game. Oh yeah, somebody was asking who the red-headed child is. It's just a random child who sometimes gives you hints. So I crawl through here to avoid the camera. Punch that. Oh good, I managed to distract both guards. And we've just picked ourselves up a Stinger missile launcher. We can punch the 2 guards at the same time because Snake is a martial arts expert. And we're going back through the swamp. Sorry, not the swamp, the jungle. Right, now we're going to go back through the desert. Getting through the swamp minefield is very simple. I'm just gonna damage myself deliberately for some damage boost. And then Snake can punch around corners because he's a martial arts expert. And I'm gonna go to the right hand side of the screen and then go up here. And a high D! What's a Russian gunship doing in Zanzibar land? Sorry, Metal Gear memes. So once it takes off, I'm going to go to the right hand top right screen, equip this, and then use the radar to determine where he is and aim a Stinger missile, and dead in 4 hits. After every boss battle, you recover health, and you also, as your maximum health also goes up. Alright, now I'm going to go here, wait a moment, and then punch these guys. The reason I waited is because the guard's head was turned, and if I just went straight ahead then I would have been caught. That was the last time you'll ever see the Colonel in this game, because he changed his phone number and I don't know what his phone number is, and you don't need to call him again. I'm at the wrong screen. Now I need to pick up that and then answer this phone call. This is Holly. She's just been kidnapped, so I need to go rescue her. If you don't answer the phone call, she does not get kidnapped and you can't progress in the game. Oop, missed that guard. And I've got some bad news, that was the last you'll ever see of the box. I should have made that a donation incentive actually to play the rest of the game in cardboard box, but too late for that. Now we're going to go into this lift. and go down into the basement. And go into this room to pick up some C4. And I need to switch back to card key number 1. Use the C4, blow up that wall, and there's Holly, nice and rescued. So as thanks for that, she's just given me a new card key. And Snake was also trying to chat her up as well. Now we are going to go for a little swim. The dark bit of the swamp is the fastest, but it also forces you underwater, which is fine because being underwater is faster anyway. Now I need to switch to that card key. This is us back at the first building. I need to unequip the C4 so that I can actually punch the keys to go upstairs. And then card key 2. And then I need to outright kill this guard. It takes 3 punches to kill guards. I could have used my gun, but it's loud and would have caused an alert. And there is another part in the there is another room in the other building with grenades, but it's surprisingly slower by 30 seconds. So that's why I went to the first building. Right, now we are going back through the swamp. And okay, I managed to avoid a mine somehow. I always get hit by a mine during this bit. Alright, so now we're going to go back upstairs and then continue in the spirally corridor to the middle. I never understood the design of this corridor. I'm assuming that Big Boss was a player character at the time. So, as you can see, there's a target reticule. That's where the grenade will land when I throw it. Now we've got the longest elevator ride in the game. This goes all the way up to the 30th floor, so yeah. Alright, so this is the third boss. This is Red Blaster, and as you can see, he is out of bounds. Thankfully, grenades can also go out of bounds, so we can just keep chucking grenades at him. This is probably one of the easiest boss battles. And he's dead. Alright, so now we're going up to the 31st floor. That door is welded shut, so I need to use my classic explosives. And then I need to equip this specific ration to lure this bird down. That was actually really good RNG. Sometimes it takes ages for the bird to come down. So I need to call Dr. Marv. Okay, I don't understand what he's saying. Let's call Dr. Marv instead. Okay, so Dr. Madnar just told me that there's an interpreter back in the first building, so we're going to go and meet her. And unfortunately, this involves a lot of backtracking.
We have a few donations. Can I read them?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have $10 from Emmanuelson123. Cosmic the Dolphin, thanks for a good run. And we also have $28.49 from Buckington. Hey Fingers, sorry I can't catch the whole run, but I gotta cheer on you anyway. Good luck, have fun, and watch out for deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters.
Oh yeah, so this game has deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters right at the end of the game that you have to shoot. And that is what they're called. Pogington, incidentally, is my brother who got me into speedrunning in the first place. He was going to do a run for this marathon, but unfortunately he had computer problems. So, huge shout outs to Pogington. So we're going to go back downstairs and back through the sewers. Thankfully this is the last time we go through the sewers. I should probably mention that Snake is going so fast because the dark green bits got the strongest current. If I was to have missed that small gap, I would have had to go all the way around, so that would have been really bad. Right, so we're now back at the first building. And we're going to go up to the second floor. And then take the other elevator, if I can punch the key, up to the 4th floor. Oh yeah, you don't have to go through the sewers anymore. If I spent any longer in the sewers, then I would have caught a cold, which would have slowed the run right down. Now I'm going to avoid this alarm, because if I get an alert here, then every time I transfer through screens, then a lot of guards will catch me, and that slows the run right down. That was some bad movement, so I got caught by the security camera. Now we need to keep switching card keys. Now this room is dark. I should have mentioned that there is night vision goggles that you can pick up, but we don't need them. Right, now the next room has some really bad RNG. Okay, that was good. Where the guard spawns and what way they're looking at is completely RNG, so I got some really bad RNG just there. So we're now going to be waiting for this guard to go into the ladies' room. She's taken a long time, there we are. And the door is open, so there's that guard. So this is the interpreter. So she's now talking to Dr. Marv, who's now saying that he's in the 3rd building. And for some reason the ladies' room has an elevator in it. Presumably this is so that Big Boss could be perverted. And before you ask, the men's room doesn't have an elevator for some reason. Now that crusher you're looking at, it kills in 1 hit, so you want to avoid him at all costs. Thankfully it's pretty easy. So we're going to take a small detour up this elevator. And for some reason, that scientist I was talking to, Dr. Madnar, he's imprisoned in here even though he could have easily opened the elevator. Apparently it doesn't open from the inside. So we've now got the ultimate conga line going on. And the reason we rescue Dr. Madnar is because he gives us a card key, which we need to go into the upcoming door. And now we've got a big long cutscene, which unfortunately cannot be skipped. It's just basically Gustava saying that she used to be an ice skater, so not very important. And Dr. Madnar had also left us to do some totally not suspicious things at all. So now we're just to the north of the middle building. So we now need to go through this way. And we're just gonna go in here to pick up these mines. And now we need to cross this bridge. Unfortunately, crossing this bridge is a cutscene. And I can't skip through this this text box, so a fair bit of downtime again. Alright, so Gustava is going next, and then she's telling me that it's safe, so let's cross the bridge. Oh! Looks like we can't cross the bridge at all, after all. And, oh yeah, Gustava's now dead, so farewell, Gustava. And Dr. Madnar's just about to get kidnapped again. And, say it with me now, guys. Metal Gear! Oh, and also Grey Fox! Right, thankfully Gustava's death gave me a new card and another item that I'll talk about in a bit. So now we are going to do a lot of backtracking. So we're going to go back through the desert. So yeah, this should all be familiar. Just walk right past that guy. I used to punch him, but then I realised you didn't need to. And I'm gonna crawl to pick up these mines right now. And I'm actually quite low in health, so I'm gonna be eating a ration in a minute. Right, I'm gonna wait a bit just to prevent another alert. And hey, that's the Green Beret guy. Let's punch him. Right. Oh. And we are going to punch that guy if we can. And we are going to go into this door to get through these dummy guards. This guy's always a not dummy, so we're just going to punch him. And we've just picked up a hang glider. Its use is unknown at the moment. Now normally you're supposed to use it straight away, but we're going to take another unintended detour. This is also my chance to... Oh, okay, that guy's just gonna spot me. I'll just let him. If I was doing a big boss run, then it would have been a fail right there. This is why I'm doing 80%. In order to get a big boss ranking, you need... Oops! I got up at the wrong floor. That was bad. Yeah, anyway, in order to get a big boss ranking, you need to get fewer than 6 alerts, of which 2 are mandatory. And you also need to kill fewer than 5 guys, not counting bosses. I killed that guy. I don't need to, but he sometimes... but very, very rarely guys will drop items. There we go, I managed to get that this time. So I need to go in here again. Now you're supposed to have a night vision goggle for this bit, but we've already been through here, so you know. And this dummy room is still RNG, but I found that more often than not the RNG is the same as last time, except this time I've got good RNG throughout. Now we need to go into this room. I need to eat this ration before I go in, otherwise it will freeze. And I now need to wait until this thing changes shape. Gustava gave that to me in her dying breath. There we are, it is now a key! I wonder what it could be for. Now we're going to go into the ladies again. Unfortunately, this is the fastest route. We haven't found a faster way. Oh, that was close. I nearly got crushed by that thing. Right, these rations are frozen, so I can't use them. Remember that time when we had Gustavo with us? Those were good memories. Alright, the downtime is nearly done. And we're going to pick up these mines again. We need all those mines for an upcoming boss. And punch that guy again. Now, we're going to attempt to go take a left to the 20th floor in a wee bit. This left to be exact. And I might as well equip the mines while I'm at it. And we're going to go upstairs and whoops, I just walked right into a trap. So I'm just going to set my own. You can lay a maximum of 16 mines at a time, which is actually more than the original MSX version where you could only lay down 6 mines. And Grey Fox is now telling me that I've walked right into a trap. So here's the 4 horsemen, jumping right into the mines. Right. This top guy can just kill with grenades. And if this scene is looking at all familiar, it was featured in Metal Gear Solid as well, along with many other scenes. Right, now the lift is falling all the way to the first floor. So, I now have to take the long way up to the 20th floor. So now we have to take this lift to the 10th floor. And while I'm at it, I'm going to... Nope, not these. And I'm going to equip this card key. And we're going to lay down that mine and blow it up. Unfortunately, the kid does not die. That alerts deliberate. And we are now going through another familiar scene. 40 screens of nothing but stairs and guards chasing me. However, unlike Metal Gear Solid, there are no security cameras and turrets, so you don't need to throw chaff grenades. So I can just keep running. This is probably going to take a while, so if there's any donations, feel free.
We have no new donations, but if you want to donate to help make ESA better, feel free to do so.
Just to make things more interesting, there are some tripwires. The only thing they do is make noise, which will be relevant once we've done this staircase sequence. And we might as well pick up this. We'll need it later. It's just more ammo for my gun. And in case this wasn't agonizing enough, there's a trapdoor. And another one. And if you fall through the trapdoor, then you have to do this entire sequence over and over again. So it's very easy to avoid the trapdoors, but I just wanted to demonstrate them. And that's this bit finally done. Okay, now I'm going to equip my grenades just to give myself the ability to punch. And for some reason the guard looks the wrong way to look for me. Oh, and I got a red ration. That's actually really handy because I can avoid an alert later. Right, now we're going to take a quick smoke break. Don't smoke, kids. And then we're going to use the hang glider to cross a disproportionately small gap. There's our disproportionately small gap. Yeah, smoking is bad. The reason you smoke is because otherwise Snake will just refuse to use the hang glider. I think it also, I'm not entirely sure how it works. You do have to wait until the wind is pointing north, otherwise Snake just won't jump. Alright, so now we are going to fight Jungle Evil. This is by far the worst boss in this game, mainly because his movement is RNG, and when he appears is completely RNG. That's actually very quick, and sometimes he doesn't bother shooting when he appears, and did I say when or where? Because it's when and where he appears, that's RNG. This has actually been quite good RNG so far. Sometimes he spawns right next to me, and sometimes he spawns in one of the other screens. I should probably equip... Oh, not that ration, I need it. Yeah, so this is probably a good chance to mention that there are 3 kinds of rations and each of them have different uses in this run. That's Jungle Eagle Dead. That is actually a really quick Jungle Eagle, possibly the quickest I've managed. I now wish I was recording splits. So we can now go in here. And I'm just gonna let myself get caught. And there's now gas trying to choke me to death. Oops. It's this card key I want. And we're going to pick up this egg. Oops. I'm about to run out of air, but that's okay. I don't really need it. Now, we're going to open that door and then equip our egg. Just so that I can keep an eye on it, more than anything. This egg is going to hatch into an owl, and I want chat to name the owl. We're just going to punch that guy, pick up that ration and those grenades. And I don't need to go into that truck because I've got an extra ration. That was just really, really good luck. And then we're going to pick up the last ration that we need. Chuck a grenade over there to distract that guy. For some reason, that does not go into alert. And I'm just going to demonstrate that this is the deafest guard in the game. He doesn't hear anything except for owls. Hence why I need an owl to hatch. So, I see somebody wants to name him Hedwig. Oh, Hedwig's a good name actually for the owl. I also see Donald Trump. Owlicious. I knew someone would name him Owlicious. I think I'm gonna go for Hedwig this time round. Sorry guys. So the owl's just hatched, so we're now waiting for him to hoot. He's just hooted. So now the guard's going to deactivate the laser because he thinks it's night time. I have no idea what time of day it is. And we're just going to wait here to avoid that crusher. Ah, now I wish I went for the diamond owl. So, if I get an alert here, which I probably won't, then there's going to be poisonous gases. Might as well kill this guy while I'm waiting. And go downstairs. And we're about to get a phone call from our #1 fan, who calls himself Deep Throat in Metal Gear Solid, so that's spoilers for fans of Metal Gear Solid. This is Night Fright. I'm chucking grenades over here because he's supposed to appear over there. For some reason it's not working. I have no idea where he is now. Ah, there he is. Might as well equip my gun. Normally that strat I did where I chuck grenades at him, that works, but for some reason it didn't, so I'm just improvising. Okay. And that's our first death of the run! I'm actually surprised. Okay, let's try our original strat again. Normally this strat works. Oh well, better there than some other places. There is a checkpoint system. There, that's much better. I wish that worked in the first place, but what are you gonna do? Now you need to use these rations to get rid of this sulfuric acid, and then I need to turn back because a keycard just spawned where I fought Jungle Evil. So, more backtracking! So we're gonna have to avoid that crusher again. And we should be able to just get right past the guards without problem. I guess not! Thankfully, when you go into a new area, an alert just gets cancelled out. So we're now back where Jungle Evil was. So we're now going. Excuse me. We're now going to look for that card key. We just found it. So now we can go into that door that we couldn't open before. Oops. I quit that a little prematurely. And I'm probably going to get, yep, an alert. That's okay. Whoops, I should have went downstairs earlier. I didn't know. Down screen rather, I don't know why I didn't. And we're just gonna wait for that guard. And we need to equip that card key again, so I might as well equip my mines. And another alert. Sometimes that guard is looking right at me and still doesn't catch me. I think because he's looking away. So this is the deadly poisonous gas that I mentioned earlier. And stealth is no longer an issue as of now. It's all about just getting through the rest of the game. Alright, this is the only room where that card key is useful. And we finally get to meet Dr. Marv. Unfortunately, he's dead. And the reason he's dead is because it turns out Dr. Madnar is actually a bad guy. So Dr. Madnar is now going to attempt to choke us to death, so naturally the best thing to do is just blow him up with 8 mines. Okay, we now need to use that key that we created earlier. Equip our gun and the yellow ration. The yellow ration contains cheese. And that's the deadly, poisonous Zanzibar land hamsters that my brother was talking about earlier. So I've got lots of bullets so I can just spam it. The hamsters kill in one hit, so you want to kill them all. And we're now going to pick up our game cartridge. It contains some sort of microfilm, which is plot related. And somehow, despite the fact that I blew up Dr. Mana with 8 mice, he still has enough, he still survives enough, long enough rather, to tell me how to destroy Metal Gear, which is basically just chuck grenades. And for some reason I fall down this chap hole. Chap door rather. And Great Fox is gonna taunt us. How many grenades do we have? Yeah, we've got enough. So we're just going to go straight into Metal Gear. Yeah, you can all say it again now. Metal Gear. And I'm just gonna equip this ration because I'm going to be eating a lot of damage. Oh yeah, seizure warning! And that's Metal Gear dead. And now you might notice that my head is on fire, so I now need to get rid of all of my equipment. I get rid of the rations last so that I can go into Grey Fox's fight with full health. Now, this is a moment of purity. Oops. Okay, so that's the second death of the game of the run. I blew myself up one too many times. So let's try that again. Right, this is meant to be a fist fight. And he's dead. I wish that worked the first time. Oh well. And that's now Grey Fox exploded. He somehow survives that. And that's now somebody taunting me to come over there. It's none other than Big Boss! So we don't have any means to destroy Big Boss right now, so we have to go into these rooms. I need to pick up that ration for get rid of acid. You need to go into each room to pick up another card key. And while I'm going this way, I might as well get rid of that acid. Right, now I need to be very careful for the next couple of rooms because if I go too far in, the acid will kill me instantly. And we don't want another death now, do we? And same with this room. Whoops, I need to actually equip the card key. Now, combine spray with lighter and we have ourselves a makeshift flamethrower. Now the best way to kill Big Boss is to flame him off screen, or at least try to. I normally don't struggle that much. The reason we do this off screen is because he can't attack us. So it just makes the boss fight a lot easier. I believe Big Boss's movement is RNG, but he generally tries to go towards you. Last couple of hits. And Big Boss is dead. So that's all the bosses destroyed. And we get to watch a very graphic cutscene of Big Boss not dying, I assume, because Metal Gear Solid 4. Right, so we're now at the final stretch, and a guard just caught us, except it's not a guard, it's actually Holly in disguise. And she's just given us a gun with infinite ammo, and for some reason that makes us walk faster. And there's a trapdoor on this screen that we want to avoid. Don't need that ration at all. Oops. Come on, press the button. Okay, now we're just going to go through the jungle. Avoid these tripwires. And we're now at the last screen of the run, so get ready for time. We just kind of stand here and mash the fire button until, I think it's like 20 seconds or something, and then Snake will run out of ammo. And that's time!
Very nice.
What's the time, sorry? My screen's still a bit behind.
56:37.
That's a decent run. Alright, so we've just escaped from Zanzibar land and saved the day, and just in time for Christmas. No, seriously, this game is set in Christmas Eve. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Do you have a lot of time left? Just so that I can get
I'll
back.
have to check. We have a few minutes.
Alright, cool. It's just really to give a few shout outs to Callan Tara's, who helped me route this run a lot. He used to run this game for a few years, and then I don't think he runs it often anymore, but he still pops in every so often. And I would also like to give a shout out to Jaguar King, who came up with the Grey Fox strat and the Big Boss strat, and I believe he's the current world record holder. I could be wrong. And yeah, that's Metal Gear 2. There's a bonus cutscene after these end credits, along with a character gallery. There are 3 characters we never meet, so yeah, we'll get to meet them for the first time. So yeah, Simit saying world record is 56:05. My PB is actually 54:53. So 54:53 in real time attack. In-game time is about an hour 50 minutes soft. So my in-game PB is 53 minutes exactly. Yeah, it's a very fun speed game. So, if you have a copy of Metal Gear 2, which you will if you have Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence or Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, then yeah, give it a shot. It's a very fun game. It's not too difficult, but as you can see, there were a few bits that could screw us over.
Okay, thank you very much.